All right, so we are here. We are waiting for the Zoom community to join. Let me join Zoom and see whether Pastor Aluma, if you can hear me, let me know you are good to go. But this is a training video. If you're joining us right now, this is all right. Nice. Thank you very much. I see that message, Studio 2. Thank you very much. Please confirm whether we are on Zoom and great. Right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Live Studios and New Life Hub. We are now currently doing a training that will help us equip leaders or equip missionaries to reach wide. All right. So for the people right now on Zoom, I am now at StreamYard. So what happens is, but I need to know whether I am on Zoom. Let me check that. All right. If you're watching us for the first time and you'd like to be all right, as we continue to set up the studio, here we are. All right, how are we? If we are good on Zoom, somebody give me a text, send me a text and let me know whether we are good to go so that we start. But I like this. Great. I hear that we are good. All right. That's amazing. So basically, what happens here is that just a lot of communication going on right now. All right. So what happens here is I want to ask somebody. I think I have somebody in the studio. I think you can help me share screen. Mhm. All right. Give me a minute. Sorry, we had blackout and power just came back. So that is why we are setting up in the middle of this training. Yeah, so, and this is also good for screen sharing, because I think screen sharing has been my challenge right now. For screen sharing, you will need, it is best when you have another gadget, okay? It is best when you have another gadget so that you're able to use it as a second screen. So that is what I'm trying to connect right now. Yes, now where we are right now, this is StreamYard. Later, I will be helping you. So right now, I just want to help you understand how this works, how this studio works. But in just a bit, I will be taking us from the start and helping us understand how now you get to log in and how to you get to even getting into the studio and how you have your product shared online. So we are right now in the studio. When you get into the studio, you have different options. And the first option is well, you can't see what I can see because it's a screen sharing. But when people comment, and these are some of the advantages with StreamYard, that when people comment online, you are able to, yeah, I tried this one, but I see it gives me so many options. It gives me so many screens, endless, infinity screens. I don't know how we're gonna go about it. Yeah, but when people comment online, all comments done on YouTube, all comments done on Facebook, all comments done on LinkedIn, everywhere, all those comments come to one central place. And that central place is on, it's normally to your right hand side. And this is a good thing because you don't have to keep going back to YouTube, or you don't have to keep going back to Facebook to check who has commented and who has not commented. When people comment, you are able to join, or you're able to have all those comments in one place. Now, when those comments come to this one place, you are able to actually show them on screen and help people um, sort of see what you're seeing, and it also feels good to have somebody's comment showing or popping on the screen. It encourages them to keep commenting, and the comments will be something like that. I am still looking for ways where I can get to share my whole screen, my entire screen, so that you're able to see. Unfortunately, I feel like I am having challenges with that right now, but that is what happens in there. Now, all right. So let's try that. I hope you can. I hope you can see. So this is my entire screen. Okay, this is my entire screen. Down here is me. All right, and all these are my guests in studio. So I have two guests in the studio who haven't been able to join me on stream on set, basically because I feel their time is not yet. Okay, so I will be adding them later, and that is the beauty about StreamYard. You're basically able to have your guests wait in the lounge or backstage as you continue, and you're able to see them even as you speak, and you're able to note or you're able to have communications with them as we continue. So This thing here is my screen. I shared screen. Just like Zoom, you're able to share screen and you're able to choose between different options. Okay. So the first option, so the first, these boxes just below your screen are toggle boxes. These are called toggle boxes. So you have logged in, you have got into the broadcast studio, and you are behind here. Now, when you get into the studio, let me start from the top. When you get into the studio, you don't straight away go into, what is it called? You don't go into uh, live studio. You don't go into the broadcast immediately. You come backstage. You settle at the lounge, or you go backstage, just like any broadcast studio, TV or radio. Just don't go on air. You go backstage until you are ready. So I want to remove myself from the broadcast, and you're able to see. I'm not sure whether that is possible, but you're able to see how things will look like once I'm. Yeah, so I was at the backstage. Now, when I come back on show, this is the first, if I am just one person, this is the first thing that happens to me. Um, it automatically it chooses this option, all right, for one person. But if I have two people in the studio, what normally happens is that I'm able to, it chooses the second option, which is this button right here. And this is a toggle button. But because I'm just alone, you can't notice the effect. And all these buttons are ready or are available for use. So I want to bring somebody else in the studio so that at least you're able to see how the screen changes. And I am grateful that I have John Bosco down there with me. You're able to see how everything down there happens. And if you're following me, yes, thank you very much for having your camera on. If you are following me, I am grateful. Let me know that it can feel lonely in here when I feel like I'm talking alone. But so when I have a guest and my guest is ready, I will come here and I will come here and chat. Let me show you. Can you see my chat? Yes, I have opened my private chat, and let me show you here what I am telling him. I am able to communicate with him and tell him, hey, you are about to come on stage. I call this stage, and where he is backstage. And then I'm able to send like that, and he's able to see. If he's not ready, he is able to communicate with me and tell me whether he's ready or not. He has responded and he said, okay. All right. So very quickly, now that he's ready, I'm going to add him. And as I add him, I want to prepare my audience and let them know that I am bringing somebody else on set. So ladies and gentlemen, for this part of training, I want to invite to us John Bosco, who is our guest today. He's here for training purposes only. So welcome. And I add him. All right. So when he's backstage, you're able to see his the box, his screen. And when you put your cursor on that screen, you're able to see either add to stream or remove. So when he's not on stream like this, the cursor tells me or directs me to add to stream. But when he's on stream like this, the cursor directs me to remove him from stream. So remove him like this. Now, when I remove him or when one is back, he can't be heard and he can't, he can't be heard. So no matter how much noise you make, we cannot hear you if you're on backstage. But the moment you come on stream like this, you are able to, or we can rather hear you if your mic is not muted. So to stay, of course, muted, you just mute your mic, just like Zoom. And I'm referring to Zoom because that is what you're familiar to. And then you're able to have a conversation with this guy, or you're able to now engage him. Once you bring a guest on set like this, it is important that you prepare them or break the ice for them by asking them, to introduce themselves, or by ensure that the atmosphere is ready and the environment is easy so that they can continue speaking. Yes, that is something that he did right there. If you switch off your video, if you turn off your camera, or if you stop camera, this is what happens. Turn off your camera, Bosco. Yes, so you can't be seen because your camera is not on, but you still can be heard. I can also turn my camera off and I will be heard. Sawa sawa. So that is what happens there. Now, he's back because he turned his camera on. Now, the option we are using, if you check on our toggle buttons down here, we are using this option 2, okay? And option 2 is mostly what people use elsewhere. I see people using that a lot, but I like using option 3 when I have 2 guests or more than 1 guest, because it allows me to do a little bit more than that. So this is toggle button option 3. As just as the images, the models down there show, that is how your faces, or that is how your videos will be displayed on screen. So when you use that, it minimizes your video or your screen, but it allows room for other things to happen around that. So if you check the difference, if we use this option, if I had somebody else to my left, that person would be cut out. If I use this option, then somehow that person is included on stream. So I like using this option, and I think it's a good option. The other advantage, or the other reason why I use this option, is because when you're doing the show, you want also to use that platform or that space to brand yourself, okay? So you want to use it for branding. So what you do is you put, or you set up a background. I will take you to the tools where we have all these things, and I will show you where the backgrounds are and how you can change different backgrounds and all these things. But as you can see, I think I have opened it already. I think you can see my screen, my whole screen, and I'm at the backgrounds already. But I just want to show you something quickly, and why I like using this option. Why I like using this option is because I can do something like this, and wait for it. Yeah, there we go. And I don't need to keep repeating myself and telling people this is cafe where maisha ni kuongea. No, I just put that up there, and anybody who joins me on YouTube and they didn't get to catch the introduction, they are able to relate. They are able to tell, oh, we are cafe maisha ni kuongea. We are branding on the go. Okay, so it's easier for people to know what you're doing or what's happening in here without having to keep repeating that. Though it's very necessary, or it's important for you to keep telling people what you're doing in there. Okay, so I will be coming back to that later, and how to create that. But right now, I want to take you to so let's finish with the toggle buttons first. So the other toggle button, or the fourth toggle button, is if we had somebody else, I would encourage, if you're there and you'd like to come in the studio with me, you can just follow the link. You will have to leave Zoom and come to StreamYard, and we can do this with you. But the fourth option might not change much, or you might not see much, but this is what happens when you use the fourth option. Your guest reduces. And let's say if I had 2 guests, both of them would come here. Both of them would line up here. Or if I had multiple guests, all of them would line up down here, or on this side, okay? So what, or when you use this button, or you use this, you use this button or option when you want to be the focus, okay? So you are trying to talk about, or you are hosting a show and you don't want your guests to steal your show, or you don't want your guests to be the people, or the focus point. you still want to be the main guy and your guests to remain, like guests, okay, you can have them here. And this depends with context. What are you talking about at that particular point? And yeah, you can use that option. Then we have this other option, the fifth option. But remember, or for your information, this can change. I can actually, if Bosco right now, let me put our names. All right, it's okay. So if I want Bosco, my guest name is Bosco. If I want Bosco to be to take center stage or to be to have more emphasis, what I do is I try to I can leave and join later, and make him the main person. Let me try to do that so that you understand what I'm talking about here. Let me remove myself from stream. All right. So if he's speaking, let's say his time to speak has come and I want him to take center stage, I can actually do this. So what you do is you go to the three dots at the top of your screen right there and click, and then it gives you options. First, the name of your guest, and then asks you whether you want to remove him from stream. And then the next option is exit, whether put him on solo layout or exit solo layout. So if he's on solo layout, of course, I now go for exit solo layout. If he's not on solo layout and I want to have him on solo layout so that he becomes the focus, then I just put him on solo layout. And I can, of course, the other option there is I can actually unmute him. Unlike, yeah, Zoom has also that opportunity. You are able to do that, but I think this is better because I feel like I have control of my guests. You don't have to be. It's not much stress. It's not much struggle. It's just easy. Yeah. So, like right now, I want to exit solo layout so that we can both of us be on stage, and all we have to do is that. Now, the fifth option is this one right here. And this one happens when you have or you are sharing screen. You will notice that on my right hand side, well, this is left, there is a box. There is a box down there. Now that is my screen. That is a screen that I have shared. So basically all these toggle buttons, they are easy to use. Whatever you see there that is basically a sample of how the screen would look like once you select that option. So yeah, when I do that, this means that I want to be the main person and my screen is just, it's not the main thing. And I can have that screen there for as long as I want. So this would be, when I'm referring to something, I can just, look at my screen like this and say, so for you to A, B, C, and D, or if I am sharing a verse, I can easily just share like that and I will be good to go. All right, now the other option is making that bigger. So let's say I want to go low, or I want to, not going low, I want to give more emphasis to the screen that I am sharing. So I just click or go to the next option that is there. And yes, now you can see my guest is with me and I'm no longer alone. Remember, even during this time, he was still here. So if he speaks, he still can be heard. So he's still on stream, but this option is only for the main speaker alone, or for the person who is doing the main, who is speaking. And when we go to this other option, definitely now I am able to have my guest right there with me and the screen that we are sharing right there with me. The last option is basically has now the whole screen, the shared screen taking over your entire screen completely. And this is when you want to leave people, or when you want to have the screen that you're sharing take center stage. Like, yeah, so you select that and you are good to go. You are just good to go. So those are the toggle buttons. I don't know whether there's a question. If you ask a question on Zoom, how will I know? All right. Pastor Aluma, I see your message. Let me do that right now. So that you join me in here. But now when you join me in here, it will be hard. It will be hard but you can share it with anyone else who would like to join me in the studio. All right. I am coming to that in a bit. So, the other thing that you need to know, or the other thing that you need to be aware of, is the buttons or the tools down there. We have the mute button that we all know what it is used for. And then we have the stop camera that what I had talked about it. When I switch off my camera, I exit studio, not exit in studio, but you can't see me, obviously, but you can still, I'm still very present. So many people make the mistake of you switch off your video, and because you can't see yourself on stream, you think you're out, and then you start talking to friends out there, and where nani akona maji yangu, and you still can be heard very well. So yeah, just karada and know that that is there. All right, the other one is the settings button. The settings button here helps you to set up your camera, set up your audio, set up a green screen or use the green screen, and even set up your guests. So setting up your camera is easy. So all you need to do is once you go there, you can come to this button right here, and you're able to choose a camera for you. Sometimes it will give you different options. Sometimes it will ask you whether you want to mirror. All right, vile unaifeel, it's okay. Then audio is very key. This is where many of us have trouble. If you can see my screen right now, my audio says that, or how do I know I am on, is if I have these green buttons showing signal. That's my signal, basically. So if there's nothing going on in here and I am not muted, then that means I am not receiving signal, and that means nobody can hear me. Now, the options here are very simple. You can use default microphone. That is normally, I don't even want to introduce all these other things to you, but this is the easiest if you're not using for basics, okay? So that is the easiest, and that is what I want us to learn or get right now. So in any advance, like if you're using a microphone or a podcast mic, or when you're using an external microphone, it will give you an option. Another good thing with StreamYard is that it will always give you options. Like if you add a microphone, inakuletea tu hapo, when you click here, you can choose. Now, what you need to do is that every time you add a microphone or you add something else, you need to remember to always come back here and add, okay? Add or select that so that you don't, because we can't read your lips. We will not hear you. The speaker, the same, use default. Yeah, so use, ensure that these two buttons are on. This is for, again, basics. If you're using headsets or earphones or things like those, it is okay if you can turn on your stereo audio. Lakini if you're just using your computer speakers, haina haja, there's no need. Now, the green screen is very key. So for this one, you will need to have a green screen, okay? So if I was in our physical studio, because we have a physical studio, where we have a green screen, this would have worked so well. So you go down there and choose different options, okay? And choose different options. And if you can see my screen, I have downloaded quite a number of images depending on the number of or the different shows that we do. And all this is basically to help you look good, just like Zoom. Yeah, but a tip about that is even with a green screen, without proper lighting, it can be really difficult. So you will need proper lighting. Your green screen needs to be lit. Okay. Yeah, so we can now leave settings and we can now go to, I think, yeah, the other option there, share. Sharing is just, let me try to share this. Let me see what will happen. All right. So sharing is the same as Zoom. When you're sharing with StreamYard, it asks you, John, I'm coming to you. I know you have a question. You've sent me a question. So just like Zoom, screen sharing here is as simple as that. But I find this simpler because when you click screen share, it gives you two options, whether you want to share a video file or share screen. In most cases, we will share screen like this. So when you share screen, or when you tap share screen, it asks you three questions, or it gives you three options. The first one is, do you want to share your entire screen? The second one, sharing entire screen is good for trainings like this one that I'm doing. So when you used to see me, I don't think right now you can see me because I have stopped screen sharing. But when you share screen, when you share your entire screen, you sharing that. The other option is normally application window. Application window is, say, in your computer, you want to share a photo, an image that is in downloads or documents, anything. Now, that is what you use. But when you want to share a video that is on YouTube or wherever, something that is on Chrome, an email, a document that is on Chrome, you go to Chrome. When you're sharing videos, remember to always share audio. There is a button there that will help you share audio. And yeah, you will be good to go. Why there is an option there to share Chrome is because StreamYard works well with Chrome. I think it's a partnership they have, but StreamYard works well with Chrome. And yeah, that way you're able to share your whatever it is that is on Chrome. All right, we are almost done, but there is another button right here, invite. So what happens when you click invite is it asks you this, gives you this option. Now, this is how I have invited you. Now, it is as simple as just copying this to clipboard. All right, I copied that. I just copied that right now. I go to my WhatsApp here. If you can see my WhatsApp there, Pastor Aluma is right there, and I am able to paste this link to him. And because he had requested for it, okay? Or I'm inviting a guest, I need to share that right there. And it's as simple as that. Pastor Aluma will click that link and it will take him straight to the broadcast studio. And that is how you get yourself on studio. As you come in, it will give you different options and tips. Yeah, Bosco, I will still give you an option to ask because I don't know what the question was. I don't know what I have responded to, but you said that I have responded to your question. Yes. And that's it. And just like that, guess who is in the studio with me? Aluma. See, it's very fast and very easy. So he's there with me in the studio already. So this is so cool. It's so fast. So I can see him. As you can see, I can see him down there. All the boxes that are blue are all these boxes are alive. Okay, we are on air, or they are on the in the stream. But his is still gray. This means he's not on air. So he can make noise, he can shout. We will not hear him. He will not distract the show in any way, but he can hear us. So he's able to hear me invite him on set. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know whether Pastor Aluma is ready. Just give me a thumbs up like this, and I will know you are ready, and I can add you on stream. And awesome. And then there we are. He's ready. So you see, all these things, remember, nobody, guys on YouTube can't see all these things that are happening. Nobody can see apart from you who is in the studio. You as the host, is only you who is able to see. So it's private. It's very private, and it gives you an opportunity to do these things. So I want to add Aluma here. So ladies and gentlemen, I remember to always prepare your guest, and how I prepare my guests is by trying to sort of introduce them properly. All right, introduce your guests properly. Let them feel special as they are coming in. It's always good to know that you've been waited for. It's always good to know that people have been, looking forward, and you come in there with a smile. You come in there with swagger because you know that you are wanted there. It feels good. So, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to invite on stage. Oh, yeah, this also helps the guest know that you are about to invite them. So, wanameza mate ushikwa, it can be very awkward. You invited there and you're in the middle of swallowing saliva and you are on the screen, and then you're like, so why I like doing this is because I feel like it gives my guests an opportunity to get ready. So ladies and gentlemen, why don't you put your hands together as we welcome Pastor Aluma on today's show. Why don't you put your hands together as we welcome Pastor Aluma. All right, so because I could hear myself, I muted him, and it's as easy as that. I mean, I have the power, okay? I feel very powerful right now. Yeah, and so I have my 3 guests there, and if I chose option number 4, I will still have them, but like this. So again, easy. If I choose option number 3, I will have them like that. If I choose option number 2, the one I don't like, watakuwa hivyo. Sawa. And yeah, so those are the tools down there. But I want to take you to some more tools to your right-hand side, or to my right-hand side right now. But just, Bosco, please ask your question.
Okay, my concern was on how to share a saved file, either in form of a PDF or to share a video.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, like I said, it depends where that is. If that is on your computer, in your computer, when you click share and share files, it will ask you the 3 options. Of course, you choose application window. All right, go for that option, yeah, application window. If that document or that file is on Chrome, maybe it's a tab that you open in Chrome, a YouTube video or an email, you just go to select Chrome tab. All right. So if I select Chrome tab, all these options I am able to share. All these options I am able to share because they are all open in Chrome. All right. So down here on the right-hand side, there is what we call the comment segment. So if somebody comments, one of you could try and comment on YouTube and see what happens. So if you comment on YouTube, oh, before I go to that comment segment, yeah, go ahead and comment on YouTube. But before I go to commenting on YouTube, before I come to the comment segment, there is a button here on, if you can follow my cursor, there is the edit button here. Now, say something happens and I have to go back and edit. Why I like StreamYard is because I'm actually able to edit as the show continues and it will not interrupt. So I want to click here and edit something. So it takes me back here and I'm able to say training missionaries. Okay. And once I am done editing, can you see that? I'm not sure you can see that. Who is on Zoom? Let me know whether you can see that. I don't know. Then I can go to the other YouTube page and go training missionaries. It's okay if you can't see. I'm not sure whether you can see that. But what's happening is I have edited the title. Okay. Tukiongea tu, I have edited the title. And if you now go on YouTube, all right. So there was an error that occurred there. So it's okay. But the idea is you can actually edit the title. And it works so well on Facebook. That is something else I am coming to right now. YouTube sometimes has challenges. But yes, you're able to edit quite a number of things when you're still live, and especially on Facebook. Now, if you look here, we have two YouTube icons. Yeah, so the idea is, like I had said before, you are able to share or you're able to broadcast your content on multiple platforms. You're able to broadcast your content on YouTube. You're able to broadcast your content on Facebook. You're able to broadcast your content on LinkedIn. All right. This is the first. I know Zoom and Zoom is able to broadcast on. You can actually broadcast to Facebook, but I don't think you can broadcast to YouTube. Pastor Luma is a Zoom guru. I'm not sure you're able to broadcast to Zoom, to YouTube, and I'm not sure you're able to broadcast to LinkedIn. Actually, you're not able to broadcast to LinkedIn. StreamYard is the only one that you can broadcast to LinkedIn. Yeah, if you need to. And what that means is that for the package I have paid for, because it has a free version, but also paid version, whatever I have, the package I have paid for allows me to broadcast to 3 platforms. Sawa sawa. That means I can broadcast to YouTube, a channel on YouTube, and another channel on YouTube, and another channel on YouTube. Like I can broadcast on 3 YouTube channels at the same time. So right now, I am broadcasting to 2 YouTube channels. This is the Life Spring Chapel YouTube channel, and this is the Move YouTube channel. All right, I can add another one. I can add, say, Facebook. So you are able to broadcast your content into 3 options at the same time. You can use 3 Facebook pages. You can broadcast to 3 Facebook pages. You can broadcast to 3 YouTube channels. You can broadcast to Facebook, YouTube, and YouTube. You can broadcast to YouTube, and Facebook. All right. I am able to do that because that is what I have. That is a package I've paid for. And now there is this other option here. There is this other button here. This is the red button, the end broadcast. So the worst that can happen in a show is you end broadcast when you're not ready. But the good thing with StreamYard is that it will always confirm with you. Are you ready? Are you sure you want to end? All right. So if I click there, it asks me end broadcast, and I can say not yet. Okay, that's a good part about it. But now, so always be careful not to and never to end broadcast. We have people we call fat fingers. Be careful not to end broadcast when you're not ready. Then we have this option here, the comment segment. So every comment that you post comes down here, okay? And this is just a sample. None of you have been able to comment, so it's all right. But this is just a sample comment. When somebody comments on Facebook, when somebody comments on YouTube, wherever they comment, all those comments come on this one channel, on this one section. And I am able to see all of you guys. I'm able to hear all of you guys. I'm able to read all that you're saying from all those different places in just one central place. All right. And that's it about comments. Now, the other option down there is the banner. Okay. And banners are as simple as, these are things that you write to help people know what you're doing, to help people follow you, and to help people, basically to help people follow you, right? For instance, you have seen on CNN what people like, they have announcements running at the bottom there, and that's called a ticker. So let me give you an example of a ticker. This is a ticker. It scrolls down there. So my ticker reads, join us every Sunday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. for a refreshing time. Sawa. So how do you create a ticker? You scroll down. I have so many banners. Actually, let me delete some to allow space for more. I have deleted two. Let me see whether it will work. Sometimes I add a banner or a ticker and I realize I don't have space. Welcome. I'm just creating a ticker right now. Welcome. Talk to us, to speak to us. Right? To send an email to blah, 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 blah. All right? So, as it is right now, it's just a banner. But if I wanted to scroll down there, I just activate. There is a button there. I just activate and I say scroll across bottom. Into brackets, that's a ticker. And then I add banner. Okay? And once I add it, I have now to come back here and show it. And there we go. Sawa. So how do you use these stickers? These stickers are good because they don't interfere with the program. So they can run down there as long as the show continues, okay? So you want to have a place where you can send people and you can put an email down there, or you can say, what is it that you want people to constantly hear or know, even without you saying it? Maybe it's where they can find you every Monday. So you can just have a ticker for that and say, to speak to me face to face, meet me at Kimathi House, floor number 2, suite 104, Monday, 3 p.m. And it keeps running down there. So people get to know what's going on. So that is good for announcements. That is good for notices. That is good for search. There is that information that doesn't change much. You keep it there. How we use it in church is that is what we use to communicate things like this. How do you give? So that is how we use it that is what we use to give. Because when people are watching you online, they constantly want to know that they can actually give. And so you just write it there. To give, go to M-Pesa, pay bill number 805-100, account number, blah, blah, blah. all that. But now the other thing that is similar to that is called a banner, just plainly a banner. But them that are familiar with video editing and things like those, these are called lower thirds. A lower third is when you're watching TV and the name of that person appears on screen. That is what is called a lower third. It's something that you have to download, you have to create or customize, and then render it. Put it on the video that you are creating, and then render it. And they're normally very heavy, and then so that you can have it on show. And if you miss while editing, if you put it at the wrong place, you have to go back to that video to edit and put it where it's supposed to be. So to avoid or why StreamYard is good is because you don't have to go through all that. All you need to do is come here and say, for example, I am your host. I can just write here. Okay. Just right there, host. Oh yeah, I told you, I have so many of them, so we are full. I need to delete some. All right, I have deleted quite a number now. Yeah, so I just want to let people know that I am the host. So host, and then Dante, simple as that. And then I just, so remember, last time I enabled the ticker. So this time around, I don't want to enable the ticker because this is not an announcement. This is not information I want to be there constantly. This will keep changing. So I just add banner like that, and then I come here and show it. Okay. So, and I am your host, Dante. And it's as simple as, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our training day, and I will be your host, Dante. You see, it makes someone look so good. It makes you appear like you understand so many things that are going on in the media industry and all those things. Yeah, so it's as easy as that. So if I want to talk about our guest, I just write here, and our guest today and our guest today is none other than John Bosco. Okay, where is that? Okay, I lost that. Sorry, it's misbehaving. Yes, and our guest today is none other than the one and only John Bosco. You get, so it becomes very easy to create and to edit all these things. Okay, so say Bosco has shared something while we were talking. I am having an interview with him, and let me. Yeah, I'm having an interview with him, and he mentioned something and said something like obedience equals fearing God. Then I just write it down very quickly and then post it up there, the same process. And then he says something like, you know, something like, well, you are serving others. These are previous banners for previous shows. While you're serving others, you are working for the Lord. So I quickly write that. I'm able to write that very quickly and then display it on the show. And it's as easy as that. So remember, you don't have to understand everything right now. You can talk to me on the side and we can do a more detailed training with you, a more focused training. So don't worry about anything that you can understand, but I want to encourage you to ask questions even as we near close. So the other option, when we leave banners, the other option, I hope tumeelewana hapo kwa banners and tickers. So this is a ticker, and this is a banner. All right, awesome. So when we leave that, we now come to brand. You need to brand your show, okay? Remember, this is a show, and you need to brand it properly. So the first thing hapo juu is ensuring that you have a brand color. So the brand color we choose is blue, okay? This blue right here. Sawa. You click on it and it changes everything. Sawa sawa. And then, so you just click that blue button right there, and then it gives you different options. This is not new to anyone here. You just click, say you want maroon, or you want, you notice I quickly moved from maroon because men and colors. So I just want to stick to rainbow colors so that I don't confuse you. But let's pick a color like red, okay? So I can go to the far end here and choose that red, and it changes magic just like that without having to edit prior. So all these things can happen while you are on show, but they don't have to happen while you're on show. This happens on the side. This happens, this should happen before the show. You should prepare yourself properly, but things happen and you find yourself in a situation where you're not able to do what? Edit before. Thank you very much. I can see people joining me backstage. Asanteni sana, thank you very much. I see you. Yeah, and if you're on Zoom and you're bored there, you can, by the way, join me in studio. It looks more practical that maybe to most of us. So if you're on Zoom, feel free to join me in studio. I can host up to 10 of you, so it's very easy. So I still have, how many options left? I still have 5. I can still host 5 more, imagine. Yeah, so now the other part, when you leave the brand segment, you come to the theme segment, and this is where you get to choose what works for you at that time. So this is default, okay? That is default, and that is how it looks like. And then this is minimal. Minimal is where you don't want so many things going on in your screen. And then this is bubble. Oh, okay. Confirm whether you have me. Sorry, I hear that you've lost me on Zoom. Poleni sana people from in Zoom. All right. So you come to Pastor Silas. I would want to just add you here so that I'm not bored. Bosco has left. I hope that will also help you just be in touch with what's going on in here. So again, let me add to the stage a friend of mine we met today, Silas. Yeah, and there we are. Eric, please confirm to me whether we are we are back on Zoom. I don't know what happened there. It could be Pastor Aluma. If you can get the video, it could be Pastor Aluma, or maybe it's because when I stopped sharing screen. Yeah. So this is the other option. This is the bubble option. All right. Yeah, so you see the good thing with Zoom with this is that as I continue, well, this also happens on Zoom, but I'm just trying to show you the different possibilities. I'm still chatting with somebody else while I continue training. Yeah, so we are here. So that's another option. So we started here. This is the default. So this is default, and then we have minimum, and then we have bubble, and then we have now block. Okay, so I just play around with those to see how that works. And then the others here is logos. You will need to have your logo. StreamYard, the option I have, the package I have paid for right now, still has their logo up there, but you can, if I want to remove this logo, then they ask me to upgrade. So if you don't want to have their logo up there, you can just upgrade. But it also allows me to add my logo. Okay, so this is my logo here, all right, like that. And yeah. Now the other option here under branding is overlays. An overlay is what an overlay is what comes on top of your screen. It doesn't block you, but it comes to add flavor to what you have there. So the overlay I am using is this one right here. But say if I chose an overlay like this one, all right? So that is what happens there. If I chose an overlay like this one, let's see what happens. That's what happens. I don't know whether you can see the changes, but if you notice at the corners of the just a minute. If you notice at the corners of the screen, something is happening. So if I chose this one right here, that is what happens. Let me remove the banner so that you can see well the ticker and my name. So let's go back there again and see what happens when I change the overlay. Yeah. So yeah. So that is what is happening when you change an overlay. All right. The other overlay, you can choose to use an overlay that totally blocks you, or you can choose to use an overlay that basically is just there to help people understand what's going on. So the overlay I have chosen is the one for Live Hub, a new Live Hub. And even though the live icon up there has hidden most of that, we still have some left down here. And this is what we do. We enlist, equip, encourage, and elevate. But I have other overlays that are all right. Yes, I have Silas and Bosco. I don't have Naya yet. This is responding to Eric. I don't have Naya yet, but I have Silas and Bosco. All right. Yeah. So back to overlays. I can choose to. Okay. Yes. So I can choose to have an overlay that totally blocks me. And I tried using this last week and it worked so well. This is when I want to make or use it as a thumbnail. So when I go live on YouTube, YouTube picks a section of this video to become an overlay, but Facebook sometimes has not an overlay, a thumbnail, but Facebook doesn't allow me to put a thumbnail. So when I put something like this, wait for it. Okay, imeenda wapi? when I put something like this at the beginning of my video, you hear I can still be heard. So I will use something like this to introduce the show and say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Personal Finance. Today, we are talking about how you can well handle your finances. So I can have it at the beginning of my show. And once I am ready for like 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and then I can remove it so that I can continue being seen. Why I do that is because when we go on Facebook, so that my video looks a little bit organized, I want you to have that as the first image that people see. Okay, so that becomes the thumbnail on Facebook. That becomes the image when people are scrolling and looking at your videos. That is the picture they will see. They will not see your face. Sometimes when they see our faces, we don't know or they don't understand. That doesn't tell much. But if you have something like this at the beginning of your video, then it makes it easier for people to relate with that video, and they can easily tap to that video. When I tried this with Cafe, this video got so many views, and it's something that I want to continue using. So yes, this is good. All right. The other thing down there is a video clip. This is basically if you are doing a show and you want to have a 30 seconds countdown before you start the show, you can use that. So that's a 30-second countdown to help you prepare, help you start a watch party and all those things. Then we have backgrounds. So this is the default background, okay? This is how it looks like. But backgrounds are good because backgrounds are supposed to help communicate a little bit about the show. So we normally put backgrounds that have messages, but some shows don't need so much clutter because sometimes backgrounds can be a little bit distracting. So you can have a background like this. This is just a simple image, or you can have a background like this one. So when you're speaking, you are basically also advertising, your show and talking about your show. All right. That's it. And if you want to add, how to add all these things is just go to upload a background and add it right there. All right. So you can just add down here. We have come to the end. So this button down here is basically, if I want to show my name, I can just activate it or put it on like that. And if I don't want to show my name, I just deactivate it. All right. Now, the last segment down here under branding is private chat, and that is where you communicate with producers of the show. This is where you communicate with your guests. This is where the magic happens, okay? That is your private area, and it remains private like that. So we have finished, and we can continue talking about this. Today, it was just basically to help you know what StreamYard is, but there is a lot to learn about all these things. How do you do YouTube videos? How do you market yourself on YouTube? How do you market yourself on Facebook? How do you know who to target? How do you broadcast? How do you do Facebook Live? Because there is also that option. If you feel like this is too much, there is Facebook Live, and you can just go to Facebook and switch on the live button, and you are good to go. So this is amazing. So this is good. I would say it was good to help you basically understand how the StreamYard works, or what it really is, so that it doesn't become that thing out there, or so that you know how, or so that you're able to know that it's actually an option you can pursue. But we have so many options, and there is so much to do. This is just one of those things. So after creating content, how do you brand your content? How do you write your title? How do you log in? Oh, I should have said that. Now, how you log in is very easy. You just go to your browser, open your browser. Let me try and see whether I can do that. So at this point, I'm not even sure I can be seen. But you open your browser and search StreamYard. Okay. Once you search StreamYard like that, you will find this live video, or you can, and why I found it is because I'm an admin, but if you're not an admin, you come here and they will bring you a page where you need to log in, okay, or sign up. Yeah. So if you are a first timer, you go to the login and sort of start. Can't remember how really it asks you, but in pale on your right hand side top, and then just click there and you're in. Now, when you get in, it will ask you to give your email. Okay. So the email you put there, when you put your email in there, it sends you a code, a 6-digit code to that email. And why I feel like this is important is because maybe you could be asking, is this secure? Is this safe? It's a very safe place to be. So nobody else can do that but you. So it sends you a code. Even if somebody else tries to join with your account, they have to send the code to your email. So they send you a code to your email, and you're able to get that code and insert it there, and you basically open to all these possibilities in here. And when you come to creating a broadcast, you will basically you click at the create broadcast segment. There's a blue button right here. You click on that blue button, and then it asks you where you want to broadcast. So I'm assuming that this is your first time and you've never been able to do this. You've never been able to, like, this is your first time on StreamYard. So you come here and you create, there is a plus button here. You add a new destination, and that new destination can be your YouTube channel, or it can be your Facebook account page. It has to be a page or a LinkedIn account. Okay. And once you are good to, you do that, now you follow instructions. It will ask you to add a title to your video, a title, ensure that your title has capital letters where they need to be, and ensure that this is not to mean that now, like, everything, all your, like, the whole statement has to be in capital letters, but always start the words with capital letters. Let it stand out so that it's easy to search. Remember, you want people to find your video easily. YouTube is a search engine for videos, so you want people to find your videos with ease. So what you do is you write in a way that people will find it easier to find your video. So I could go and edit my title here and call this training 1. All right. So that brings us to the end of our show. Thank you very much, Naya. Thank you very much, Bosco. Thank you very much, Silas. It was good to have you here. Let me bring Naya at least. Naya, can I add you on stream just to say hi? At least hata wewe usikie. Naya, I will not add you until I have a confirmation from you. Right. So Bosco is still here. Let me add you, Bosco. All right. How has this been? How has this been for you, Bosco? Unmute yourself. Let me unmute you. Oh yeah, I can
Yes.
unmute you yourself. How
Yes.
has this been for you?
Okay, it's the session has been good. It's impactful. So I think more practice on it will make it better. Yes, but I've liked the session.
All right, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
All right, good. Naya, I would love to know whether you're still here with us. But it's good to hear from you, Bosco, and thank you very much for being with me here in the studio. That was fun. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Naya, you can use the chat. Oh, I see your video. So should this mean you're ready? You can give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, I think she has challenges connecting, but that's okay. If you're watching us on Zoom, thank you very much for staying with us till this far. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to this content and more. If you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and like this channel. You can share this information. It's not copyrighted. Let's help share the gospel through the opportunities that God has provided to us. And that means social media and social platforms. All right. I think that's it from me. Kwaheri, and let's keep talking. I will leave my number here. Let me leave my number here just in case you'd like to get in touch with me. Actually, I will just leave my email. Yeah, so if you want to learn more, please talk to us at Media@Live. Yeah, right to media@live.or.ke. All right. All right. Thank you very much, Bosco. I can release you. Naya, can I add you now? Let me just add you, Naya. Yeah, there you are. Okay, seems like she has a challenge with her gadgets. But yes, that's it, guys. Kwaherini sana. Till we meet again. Baraka. All right. This is Live Hub, new Live Hub in partnership with Live Studios, and my name is Dante. And this was StreamYard training. Okay.